How's it? Today's Friday, December 29th. Just a few more days for the holiday season left. Today's lifting was pretty good. Medium Friday today. Basically, that's going to be snatches, clean and jerks, and the front squat. I went up 1 kilo this week for the snatch and the clean and jerk, and I went 3 kilos up for the front squat. I think that I'm going to try to keep pushing the 1 kilo every week for my snatches and my clean and jerks until my shoulder feels better. Today was probably the best day that it's felt in totality. It's probably since I heard it. It's really hard to pinpoint the day that I heard it because I vividly remember not doing anything on Sunday, and then the Monday I came back to lifting. It was just real sharp pain. But for today, snatches were pretty solid. I'll go up to 94. I'm trying my best at least to have a more distinct difference between extension and getting under the bar. I think that is a part of my lifting that sometimes gets a little bit muddled, especially when I'm trying to hold on to extension for as long as I can. And sometimes that is the correct move, but I don't think that is necessarily ideal. If everything were perfect, I don't think that is ideal. Ooh, look at that step forward. And that's one of those instances that is really me trying to get under the bar quicker than I was doing in the past. And this is a better representation of that. At 70, that was pretty good. Here's 80. And then these are starting to feel, okay. I imagine when my shoulder is starting to feel better that none of these are going to be even remotely worrisome, worth worry. You see there, I'm 80 and 98. I don't feel good in my shoulder. Here's my first set at 94. I got stood up on my toes there. That was pretty challenging. But I think the rest of the lifts get better with each rep. So this here, I'm trying to not push my hips forward. That's really what I did on that first lift that made it difficult. This one was a lot better. And then this third one I think is the best. I think this one I'm able to extend more vertically and receive the bar more vertically. Basically just dropping straight down. And you can see that little weird hitch. It's because my hands and my arms are locked out, but there's still quite a bit of space beneath me as far as my hips go to cushion the lift. And in that case, I didn't think I was going to have that amount of space left, but also I didn't think I was going to have that amount of space, and also I didn't think I was going to need that amount of space. That's not how to say it. I didn't think I was going to have that amount of space, and I ended up utilizing it, so that kind of caused a stark drop in my hips. Moved on to clean and jerks here. 60, 80, 100, and then 114. These are... My cleans are actually really, really, really good now. I think that I used to be worried about my shoulder hurting with the clean itself, but you can see... This is 100, it's my last warm-up. You can see that my shoulders are not really giving me any issues. Here's 114, first set. This is starting to look a lot more like how I used to lift. And I know I've said that a couple weeks ago, but for me, when I look at old videos of how I used to lift, I was a much more efficient lifter, a much more fluid lifter, and I felt like I was a lot quicker. And relatively speaking, I was lifting pretty similar numbers to what I'm lifting now, but a lot weaker. So that's saying a lot, This 114, that clean was a lot better than the first clean. And then I think my jerks are very, I don't know, they are the kind of if I execute them aggressively, then my shoulders don't hurt. But if I have any amount of doubt in my head, then my shoulder ends up pushing, and then that becomes a little bit painful. Like that second one didn't feel super good, but I believe this one was a lot better, if I remember. Yeah, it was a lot better. But also, look at me. I'm like, when I split, I put my foot, like I took my step back from my front foot, and I couldn't even like move my back foot forward because I was so off balance. But like the jerk itself was a lot better than the second one. After that, I moved into front squats up to 123 for 3 threes. Last week I did 120 for 3 threes, and I think that today was pretty straightforward. This weight is moving a lot better than I had anticipated it to be moving. I think last week it was moving well as well, but last week Tuesday 125 was absolute death on back squat last week. This week was a lot better at 128 for Tuesday. So I'm creeping closer to 125 with the front squat, and I just have such a bad taste in my mouth from last week. That's just like, if I get to 125, like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna be doing, right? But I made it through all of them today, and like positionally, I think I'm doing a lot better than I used to, and I definitely could be better. But I think that I'm able to get my knees under, and my hips don't shoot as far back as they did for the back squat, which is, I mean, that's really how the front squat works. But yeah, whatever. Finished off with my classic pull up and GHD sit up. Today was a really good training session. I'm very happy with how it went. I'm very happy with the way my cleans felt. Like my right shoulder feels like it is getting back to where it should be, and it's getting back to where it needs to be. If I would put a percentage on it, it's probably like 70%. Hopefully tomorrow the bench press isn't gonna be affected too much, and maybe it'll be better. I don't know. I'm excited for moving forward and progressing the way that I believe I should be progressing. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.